about the timings, and sometimes the timing will remain.
Uber has transformed the world of personal transportation, and now it promises to do the same for delivery of goods. That's the topic of my discussion today with Lior Sion. He is Chief Technology Officer of Bringg. Hello, Lior.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome. Let's talk about this idea of the so-called Uberification of home delivery. Now, how do you expect that to look in 2 years on the home delivery side?
I think that the entire market is already understanding that in every delivery, in home delivery, in food, everything, people are tired of not knowing when something is coming to them. Within 2 years, I think everybody understands that this problem of not knowing will disappear. Kind of the pain that we feel, everybody feels when something is coming to you, but you don't know when exactly. You don't know if you can leave your home or you need to stay in. That will disappear for sure. So I think Uber has shown, and the other taxi companies, by the way, that when you show people, when you give transparency, customers like it, they use your service, and we see it all over the place.
So up to this point, it could be any time during a day or any time within the next hour or the next 30 minutes, but that's not good enough anymore, right?
It's not about the timing, so sometimes the timing will remain an hour window, sometimes it will be 30 minutes. The question is what happens within this time. So there's a big difference, even if there is a window, if you know where the driver is exactly, if it's 5 minutes away, if it's 30 minutes away, if you basically take control over your time, knowing changes the entire experience of waiting.
So with Uber, you can look at your smartphone and you can see on a map exactly where the vehicles are, GPS-wise. That same thing will happen now with the deliverer who's coming to your home. You'll be able to see exactly where they are?
Exactly. So in the entire experience, it's the time that you wait, it's seeing the driver in real time where they are, it's knowing the driver, how they look, what's their name, and at the end of the experience, rating. Rating is a very important factor.
Do you have some ideal goal to achieve in terms of an actual time frame looking forward?
So we think it would happen for sure within the next 2 or 3 years, just like you said. We as Bringg, as a company, we want to be kind of the platform for this entire thing to happen. This is our offering, and we just think that the market is basically dictating it. And the big difference now is that the customers are not dictating it, because this is the expectation. People more and more expect same-day delivery, 1 hour delivery, and then 30 minutes delivery, and they expect to see where it is, and they expect to be part of the experience and rate at the end if something is wrong or very good. They want to rate, they want to be heard, and we allow that.
So many of the innovations in home delivery have taken place in urban settings. Is that the same case here with this type of technology, that it really is best launched in an urban kind of environment?
Right. So there are different aspects to doing on demand. Some of it in urban areas allows us to have a lot of efficiencies and actually deliver fast, not only show where they are, but also deliver within 30 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on what we deliver. In less urban areas, obviously the times are different, the distances are different, but still, even if it's 1 hour away or 2 hours window, you want to know when the driver is on their way to you, when is the last mile, in a way, when the whole experience happens. Again, the concept here is change the experience for the customer. Even if you can't change the times, you change the experience.
Yeah. It's funny, I guess in years past we didn't even know we had a problem. This was just the way we did it. We were told things were going to arrive at a certain amount of time. We didn't think of that as a problem. We thought of that just as the way it happens. But now customers are so demanding that this is what they've come to expect, I guess. Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you think that on-demand delivery is going to become a central point for all businesses?
So I think today about a third of the businesses have some kind of outgoing delivery or service aspect. I think this will increase with time. I think that the current businesses see that the big players in the field, the Amazons and sometimes startups that are very well funded, are changing entire segments, each company in their own segment. And so the existing companies have to understand, just like 10, 15 years ago, they started to understand that web is coming and e-commerce is a needed aspect of the business. Today, everybody understands that, obviously. Within a few years, obviously, everything starts to move faster these days. So within a few years, everybody would understand that delivery, same day, same hour delivery, Uber-like experience, the best experience is the mandatory for everyone.
And will it be necessary for survival of companies? Will they fail if they're unable to provide this feature to customers?
Exactly. So just like today, if you would ask, is it necessary to survive? Do you need a website? Everybody will say, obviously. So I believe it will be the same thing with deliveries.
Well, customer satisfaction has always been supposedly the number one goal, according to companies. Is there a reason that businesses would not be interested in an Uber-like product?
So first, this is a change. It's a change in concept, and change is always hard. You have your existing customers, you have your existing processes. Either you have or you don't have your delivery force, and if you do, they are acting in a certain way. They are not used to being exposed to transparent to customers. So change is hard. So this is the hard part. Even though there are front runners showing us that this is the right way and this is what the customers want and expect, it's always hard to make this change. So it's a challenge. It's always a challenge.
Where does your application fit in, or your service fit in with like what like an Amazon or a Google might offer in their own home deliveries things? Because I'm sure that in the future they will have that feature. Will that be provided by you, or will that be in competition to what you provide the marketplace?
So we don't know. Amazon and Express are a possible customer in a way, but it's not our target audience. So we are looking at the others, the people who don't have the time or attention or technological capabilities or the money to invest in creating such a solution. It's a very hard solution technically to create, and it's also always changing and expanding because customer expectation rise all the time. And so maybe Amazon can develop it and have new Amazon Dash and stuff like that coming up every month or two, but the rest cannot. And we help the rest kind of measure up, because if you lose your delivery, if you use your connection to the customer, and you let Amazon do your deliveries, it's a problem. It's a problem that the big players are already understanding, the little players are starting to understand, and we give them somehow to react.
It just seems hard to imagine once this solution is on the marketplace, as it is now in your case. It's hard to imagine anybody surviving who doesn't have it. It seems like such an obvious thing now. It never seems obvious until it comes along. Now it's here, and I think customers will come to expect it, and they simply won't tolerate not having the ability to see exactly where that delivery is.
I agree, obviously. When we started the company, this was one of our assumptions that it would happen. We actually assumed that it would happen next year. We thought that the first year we will kind of work with talking to very early adopters, explain ourselves to the market, but it didn't happen. Everybody gets it. Everybody understands that this is what is happening. And because everybody saw what happened in the taxi segments, that some taxi companies took too long to react. And
still haven't reacted.
And what happens to them, to those companies? And then people are now understanding that they have to react now before some startup will come and basically change the rules.
So are we at the point where an on-demand platform actually does equate with customer retention?
Our experience shows that it is. We've seen repeating orders, which is one of the main things that we measure. So once you have an on-demand experience, are you repeating the orders? Do you like it, or do you use it once and then you try different things? So we have customers that actually have repeating orders of 100%. So everybody that ordered once continue to order through the app. Expecting this solution. Rating is at around 30%, so 1 out of 3 customers that you approach that in the past you didn't know what happened basically after the delivery. Sometimes you did surveys, it was post the experience, it's hard, it's expensive. Suddenly a third of the customers are rating, giving you what they are thinking about the entire experience. It's quite an amazing change when you think about it.
It used to be all about the product. Have we got to the point where customer satisfaction or customer service is actually more important than the product that's being sold?
So I'm not looking at it as a different thing. There is the product, there is the experience of delivery. I think that Apple, for example, showed us as if you build a store that is giving an experience just like the product given experience. The store is a different experience. Things happen. So I think that today an experience is how you buy, is how the thing is delivered, how fast it's delivered, and the product itself. It's not a different thing. It's how the customer experience your company, and so it's for me it's just part of it.
Boy, things are happening so fast. Yeah. Lior, thank you so much for helping us to see what's happening in the future with the so-called Uberification of home delivery. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
I've been speaking with Lior Sion of Bringg. Thank you very much for watching.